Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. Pardon me. How's sound? If I can get any shouts in the chat. Just doing a sound check. Try to make sure everything is up on the up. Sound alright? Okay, let's see here. Alrighty. So, pardon the slight start delay. Just had to get some piddles in my stomach. Long week this week, but welcome to the stream. Since, as I very jokingly referred to it on Twitter, last week's stream got lost in the ancient shuffle of time forgot, by which I mean I actually just forgot to make sure that I had the VOD saved. I'll reintroduce myself for anybody that's kind of new and wants to know what all this is about. My name is Sean. I make games, I play games. Games basically is kind of my jam. I do this stream every Friday, starting from last Friday, mostly just to sort of share a little bit about some stuff I'm working on, play some games that I like with people, get a chance to kind of talk about them, do some new stuff with them, sort of let people know what the haps is. Mostly, I just am kind of really excited to share things I'm working on with people, let them get some insight into what it's like to be a game dev, specifically working on this project, what I like about this project. And hopefully, y'all that are here will also kind of find that interesting and chill. That's the hope. So, first off, basically, just to kind of recap it, I'm going to be showing some of the stuff that I showed off last week for my game dev project, and then after that, we're gonna go right on ahead to some Star Ocean 3. So it'll be about half an hour of my game, and then the rest of the time is all Star Ocean 3 stuff. So looking forward to kind of sharing with y'all what that's about and how things are shaping up over there. So let me just make sure that there's one more spot I forgot to tweet to. All right, so without further ado, let's actually get over to the game itself. So, boop. Perfect. All right, so the title of my game, well, it's the working title right now, but I usually refer to it as MPA, which is short for Mage Princess Aalia. The basic sort of way that it works is, I used to describe it as, it's like Legend of Zelda, except that you do a lot of stuff with projectiles, and that's kind of true, but then after a little while I realized there's already a name for this kind of thing. It's a twin stick shooter. So basically, Mage Princess Aalia is a twin stick shooter where you control a princess by the name of Aalia, who is a mage. Her father was not exactly the best king, so to speak, and so one of the members of the branch family of the royal family decided, you know what, let's kind of handle things differently over here. I see. That happened. 1 sec. And so basically the main idea behind all of that is that Aalia has decided that by hook or by crook, she's going to get back her kingdom and rule it better than her father did. That is a major theme here. It also doesn't help that the member of the Branch family that took over from her father is also kind of a jerk. He has really good publicity, but he is not nearly as benevolent as it seems that he is. So basically, in terms of what I'm going to overview on the stream, we're going to look a little bit at some of the accessibility things that I have set out, as well as some of the basic gameplay, and then we're going to kind of move into sort of taking questions and other stuff from there. So one thing that I kind of made sure that I set out to do right away, mostly because of the nature of this game as a twin stick shooter. Let me just adjust the volume a little bit. There we go, a little loud for me. So one of the things that I did try to make sure that I dealt with right away, because this is a twin stick shooter, there's a camera shake option, but you can turn it on off. You can tweak your aim sensitivity, message speed, and one of the things that I kind of find the most impressive is being able to turn on and off a dyslexic font. I do have support for it in multiple languages, but I don't have any of the localization set up yet, so for right now, I'm not going to show you what it looks like in Japanese. So we're just going to go back to the previous menu. We have a fully working control remapper. You can use either the keyboard and mouse to play the game, or some of the other controls over here. Either or is fine. So for now though, we'll just go back and we'll start the game. So, in a very basic sense, use the left analog stick, or if you're playing on a keyboard, WASD, to move around. In order to aim, if you're on a controller, usually it's R1 or like right bumper if you're using an Xbox, but you can also use the right analog stick to sort of aim around. If you're playing on a keyboard and mouse, by default, firing is bound to the left mouse button, but you can change that to a key if you so prefer. And then aiming is basically just done by pointing your mouse toward where it is that you want to fire toward. So over here we have our first basic enemy. An archer, they just kind of shoot arrows. They hurt. You can also hold down the button to charge up your shot. Oops. And fire like so. Pick up health and you're good. Every shot you fire, as you may notice over in the top left, eats up a little bit from this mana meter, and this power up I just picked up speeds up the rate that it regenerates at. When you're charging a shot, you have this little yellow indicator that shows up over your mana meter that explains roughly how much energy it's going to take. I wanted there to be at least a little bit of like slight obfuscation in terms of like, well, okay, I'm firing and how much energy does this actually take to shoot? I wanted to kind of obscure that just a little bit, but also give you a rough idea of like, well, do I have enough to fire or not? And now one of my favorite mechanics is shield. So if you have an enemy kind of approach us, like so, if you hit the L1 button or a spacebar on keyboard, then what happens is any projectiles that are coming at you, if they contact against the shield, will bounce back at a higher speed and do more damage to the enemy. This basically sets it up such that in certain situations, if you have swarms of enemies kind of coming at you with a well-timed reflection, I'll gather up a couple as an example. But with a well-timed reflection, if multiples are shooting at you kind of at the same time, you can basically completely wiping them out. But it takes a fairly good sense of timing and being able to sort of match their tempo. Now here we are at the first boss. Basically speaking, the main plot of the game is going to have Aalia basically going to all of the different outposts that the current king controls and basically wrecking face, trying to sort of win over, or trying to win back her kingdom by virtue of getting everything back, getting everyone back together, or getting all of the areas under her control. So with this boss, they are also firing magic, but it's a very different kind than what we use. Ours just kind of just does damage, but as you've seen from what the boss is shooting, what the boss does can actually move objects and fire at them and hit them. It can also fire and hit us. And much like us, the boss can also charge up her own projectile. But we can reflect it and knock her into the wall and hurt her that way. So with good enough timing, it's possible to kind of just eliminate her relatively off the bat. The first level is meant to be sort of a little bit lighter in terms of like expectations. I did my best to really try not to throw a lot of things at the player, mostly because I was really just trying to make sure that they had enough time to sort of get used to the pace of the game, sort of how things work, adjust to it a little bit. By and large, it is meant to be kind of a cakewalk. I'm not really big into like making things super hard just to make them hard. And so basically the intention is to kind of make sure that the player has some time to adjust, really kind of get a feeling for the game and the rules of it and how it works. Now level 2 on the other hand is a bit longer. And sort of starts to play a little bit, expect a little bit more out of you. But one of the most important things that happens, as you can sort of see if you look in the top right, is that after you beat the first boss, Captain Isma, what happens is that you get access to the magic she was using. So normally the magic we use is force magic. This one over here, the starburst effect. So when you fire it, you hit walls, you can charge it, box standard stuff, right? Pulse magic works the same way. As you can see by the circle in the magic meter changing size a little bit, its shots are a little more expensive, but that's because, exactly like Captain Isma, when you hit stuff, it moves. So we have this enemy over here, teleports and attacks, but we can, much like Captain Isma can, we can now use our pulse shots to push people into walls. They do a little bit less damage and require a little more finesse. Oops. But it can be a good way of like getting an enemy out of your hair long enough to set up a shot like that. Something to note is that you can shield basically at any, as long as you have even a little bit of magic in the tank, you can shield. So you don't need a lot in order to do much. A nice other thing about pulse magic, which is something I just did there, is that you can use much like what Captain Isma was doing. You can actually use it to fire off other objects as projectiles, or even if you time it right, other enemies. If I can get a good shot lined up here. Like that. So, I literally used one enemy to beat another enemy, and then another enemy. So let me see if I can line up the whoop. As you can see, multiple shots can be deflected, and every time you deflect a shot, you get a fair deal of magic back. So there are rewards for being able to do it correctly. Ah, got him. So yeah, this level's a little bit longer, mostly to just give people time to kind of play with using pulse magic. Ooh. Ah. So this feature. Occasionally enemies will drop a special power-up that enables something called a magic burst. This one, the one for pulse doesn't work yet, but for force, when you use it, it basically just creates a series of shots that will crush the enemy all at once. Once I have the one ready for pulse, that one's going to be fun. I have very many ideas for it, but it's still kind of in progress right now, so can't show it yet. Whoops. And so occasionally you can use pulse match to kind of knock somebody into the wall and then kind of let them sit there and hold that. Alright, sorry, just had a quick message on Twitter about a thing. Shenanigans. But thought you were slick. Yeah, so in terms of things that are kind of still being worked on right now, I've brought on some artists relatively recently. We are working out some more interesting art assets in terms of character sprites and all that other stuff, but we're just sort of in the concepting stage right now. So I'm using basically a lot of kind of basic shapes from Unity, as well as a sprite that I did for the original prototype of this from a while ago. This game is actually based largely on another game that I played a long time ago called Sega Ninja, or Ninja Princess. It was kind of very similar to this in that you had a character that was walking around. They could fire 8 directionally, but it was a lot more slow-paced, still very arcadey in its feel. So I took kind of the basic idea from that game and sort of mixed it with another game that I remember playing a lot when I was younger called Merlin's Revenge. Nice splash game, but one of the key things about it was that it was very Zelda-like, and you could sort of wander around picking up power-ups and charging up shots and kind of doing that kind of thing. And so I basically took those two concepts and kind of brought them together to make this game, with the addition of the shielding mechanic, which is not in either of them. So yeah, the bosses of this level basically are kind of a package deal. You have the teleporters that we've been dealing with this whole time. They don't change, but we also have a new enemy type, which is the magic nullifier. And so the trick to this boss fight in particular is to kind of keep moving, because if you stand in range of this nice aura over here, your magic doesn't regenerate. So a lot of it is mostly meant you have to kind of like stay on your toes and move a lot, mostly because if you ever let yourself get cornered by one or the other of them, then you're toast. And because of the melee attack, you can't bounce it back. So a lot of it is kind of like moving around, letting this boss kind of ram its way into walls and taking advantages where you can get them. Yeah, usually once the assassin is down, it's a little easier to kind of like just... There we go, got him. It's generally just then a matter of attrition, trying to make sure that you wear down the other one. Then there's this whole thing where we kind of talk to where we sort of MPA. Okay, so MPA, it is short for Mage Princess Aalia. I call it MPA mostly because the initial name for it, the character's name was still in it, and it also started with an A. So it's just that very recently I've been doing a pass back through the names that I had in and sort of replacing them with oh, that's a bug. I've been replacing them with names that are sort of more fitting for the setting. A lot of where this game is based on is primarily taking influences from India, specifically like the Mughal Empire around that time frame. It's still a fantasy setting, but a lot of what I'm drawing from is mostly there. So a lot of areas in northern India are sort of where artistically I'm sort of drawing a lot of like the environment and the names and things of that nature. So MPA really is just Mage Princess Aalia, but sometimes it's a little easier. It can be a mouthful, so just saying it like that makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, to answer the other question in the chat, yeah, love that Pulse Magic has that tangible feel of knocking enemies around. Yes, definitely. That was something I worked really hard on once I got the basic magic system working. The idea behind it was to really enforce some hard slams and letting people really take advantage of the fact that you can take the enemies and sort of use them in that particular manner and kind of like smack them away and smack them around. Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see more Indian influences in games. Yeah, like a not insignificant part of this was also looking at like Indivisible and seeing how they drew on not just Indian but sort of like Southeastern Asian culture in general. A lot of that environment really jived with me. I liked it a lot. And in this particular case, for this particular character, in this particular game, it is kind of part of a smaller sort of world setting / loose collection of games that I would like to make, of different genres in this one, but sort of touching on different areas in this world that I'm thinking of. This is just kind of one particular story for one particular place. Especially, I wanted to sort of also really explore the idea of a protagonist who is pretty damn kind of proud. You could say even a little cocksure if you wanted to say that. But if you like, I know I've been kind of fast forwarding a little bit through some of the dialogue, but one of the things about Aalia especially is that she's a princess. She is not like goodness and light and sunshine type of princess. She, I'm not going to say has an edge necessarily. She has swagger, basically. She knows perfectly well that she is particularly strong in magic. In the particular case of how her in the particular case of her personality and kind of how she looks at the world, she strongly believes that, you know, royals should do right by their people and all of that, and should take care of their people. But she's also not going to like downplay the fact that she's royalty. She knows what she's doing. She is competent. And if you kind of act like she's sort of just some spoiled brat, or that she's exactly as bad as her father, she takes umbrage at that. It's one of those kinds of things. And so for now, that's basically all I have to show for MPA, Mage Princess Aalia. Do I have any other questions in the chat about the game, about influences, about anything you saw so far? I'm more than happy to answer them. Currently working on the next level, kind of making sure that I'm taking care of, kind of just making sure that at the moment I have things that are set up accordingly, properly making sure that I've got other stuff planned out. All of that is kind of on the docket right now. Ideally, next week I'd like to be able to show off like a little bit of level 3. I'm currently sort of just working out the enemy placements there right now and kind of making sure that I have a general idea of what's going on, making sure that the flow of it feels right and the layout is according. So, if we don't have any other questions, so if we don't have any other questions though, I think that our next step will be Star Ocean. So, next week, we'll see what we've got. If not much Needle is Move stuff yet, then what will more than likely happen is next week will be much Star Ocean. But for now, let's switch over to Star Ocean. Alright, so let me just make sure that my handy dandy everything is running. So we got this, and this folder. We have that, and we've got this. Okay. Is this one? Yep. Alright. Turn that on. This one. And I think we should. Alright, let's double check it. I got it. Here we go. Alrighty. Adjust the volume again. Just gonna hear myself think a little bit. Alright, so while this opening crawl is working, let me just drop a message or two. But last time on the misadventures of Phantasy Star Online featuring Sean, we went and had a nice vacation on a nice beach planet up until that nice vacation got dashed by, well, aliens attacking. Lots of aliens. Inter-alien sky face here. Star Ocean 3 in particular is kind of one of my favorite games, even though I definitely remember it a little bit differently than what I've been playing through so far, but at the same time, it has a very robust action system, which is part of why I like it so much. Crafting system is kind of weird, but also not too shabby. And I picked this game mostly because I picked this game mostly because I wanted to sort of really look and kind of like re-examine how I look at this game in particular, just from the perspective of now I've been making games for a good 10 plus years since, well, this is the first time I played it, so re-perspectivizing it, sharing something that maybe not a lot of people knew about or got to play, kind of bring it all together there. Excuse me a sec, take a sip of my tea. Yeah, so insofar as PSO2 PSO2, wrong space game. So insofar as Star Ocean 2 goes, we were truly lucky. How many people did they mercilessly slaughter this day? Right, so to recontextualize, since the last stream has unfortunately been lost in the tides of time, I was cheekily alluding to it earlier, but in all seriousness, basically what happened was our main character here, Fate Line God, he was taking a vacation on a resort planet with his dad and mom and basically family, friends, aunt and uncle, with this young lady, Sophia Estede, also. So, family, friends, all on a vacation, having a good time. Then there's kind of like law earthquake, what's going on? As it turns out, it was aliens. This is Space Date 772, so the aliens part isn't really the bad part. The bad part is, oh god, they're bombarding the planet. So, that's kind of what happened. After we've lost track of Fate's parents, and right now it's kind of just, it's Fate and Sophia, and their parents are kind of like somewhere, we don't know where. And right now we're kind of on a ship getting away from the planet. We've got evacuated. And now we find ourselves washed into outer space. I cannot leave the saltwater behind. Yeah. I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Yeah, it pretty much was aliens. Haida 4 was all covered in flames. We were really lucky to survive. Yeah. How long are we gonna have to be like this? Some of these guys have wandering out. Okay. Star Ocean 3Y. Kiosk clerk. What was keeping them? They took forever to get us. What were those remote station number 7 guys doing? Evacuations are hard, dude. Like, this is work. Whew, I'm exhausted. I didn't get enough sleep in the evacuation facility. I really need a good night's sleep. So, for those of you that are wondering, well, why are some of these words colored funny colors? Well, if you go back to the menu, you can see that there's this dictionary over here. Dictionary of Special Terminology. I said this in the last stream, but I'll say it again, since again, last stream doesn't exist anymore. The terminology part, basically anything that is in a funky rainbow color is more than likely going to be added as a new term to a dictionary. In practical terms, what that actually means is that, well, you can look and it explains a whole bunch of things. Well, those are all just new terms. Political bias in places, like there are a whole bunch. People, whole bunch. I'm not going to read any of this, mostly because, unfortunately, I'm not LeVar Burton. I can't reading Rainbow super well, but also there are major spoilers in the entries that we already have right now. And so in the interest of not ruining all of the tension of the stream, I'm not going to actually share any of them. If you wind up deciding to play this game on your own at some point, I would strongly recommend that you don't read any of the dictionary entries, or that you're careful about how deep into them you read. Maybe you can definitely avoid any for the main cast, like for most of Disc 1. If you dig too deep on that, there is a pretty good chance that you're going to get some plot points spoiled for you already. I looked at Haida just before the ship entered gravitic warp. It was all covered in red. How many people, how many dreams were swallowed in those flickering lights? Yeah. So this is Pepita, for those of you that weren't on the stream last time. Pepita is a nice young lady who's part of the Rossetti troupe. If I could zoom this camera in, you could see her first signature on the back of my shirt, because we wandered into the room where her circus troupe was preparing, and she kind of just assumed that we were fans and wanted a signature, and so she signed it back on her shirt. It's like a nice drawing of her face and some other stuff. Please keep in mind that since the Federation transport ship Helera is a military vessel, many areas are off limits. Your cooperation is appreciated. The more I think about it, the worse it seems. Why did it have to come to this? Yeah, well, because of reasons. The planet was so pretty. All those twinkling red lights. Kiddo. Why did they have to attack while we, the Rossetti troop, were here? What could they possibly be thinking? I'll just have to grill each and every Vendini I can find and make them all apologize for 3 days and 3 nights each. Good luck with that. I'll get them. Those evil guys, I'll get them for sure. One hopes. Alright. The transporter room cannot be used while the ship is in gravitic warp space. Fair. Helera, a shining, glorious light of hope, here to rescue the young knight from the clutches of the Vendini archfiend. The scintillating light shreds the darkness, passing secretly through the void, and carries the young knight and princess to the promised land. Yeah, that dude's super dramatic. Over here is the other door. The room with the creation engine that drives the ship is located down below. Do not go any further, or you may risk exposing your internal organs to the quadratic key in the engine. Math is dangerous. Hey, you. What's the big idea letting the Vendini forces get this far? Maybe it happened during nap time on remote station number 7? Yo, dude, chill. I'm sorry, but this particular incident, yeah, definitely not covered by NHMO. Definitely not. I'm sorry, but this particular... Excuse me a second. Pardon me. I'm sorry, but this particular incident is currently under investigation. We have no further comments at this time. What are you trying to pull? Do you have any idea who I am? A dude with a really pointy nose. No matter who you are, I cannot say anything more at this time. Please, return to the lounge. Don't you play games with me. Talking to you is a waste of time. Get me the captain. I want to speak with the captain. I'm afraid I can't do that. As long as the captain is the commanding officer aboard this ship, his orders are absolute. My orders from the captain state I am not to allow civilians to enter any area but the lounge for any reason. What? You blithering idiot. I'll remember you. I'll use my influence to get you canned the second I arrive on remote station number 6. Okay. Be my guest. Okay, Bob. Whatever you say, Bob. You'll regret this. Get out of my sight. Go on, Bob. Whatever. Go off. It's your business. The effect of a highly concentrated quadratic key on the body is thousands to tens of thousands times greater than that of the energy stone from which it is derived. I cannot guarantee your safety approach any closer than that. Well, that's entirely true. Of course, a Newman purifier has also been installed to alleviate any harmful effects of this action. Nothing to worry about. And why did you act like I couldn't... whatever. In order to avoid any unnecessary problems, refugees are prohibited from moving to any other floor. Since the ship is a military ship, it was not built with the amenities you might expect on a passenger vessel. Please pardon the inconvenience. Yeah, so it goes. Okay, can't really go there. Can't go there either. Back to the lounge, I guess.
Navigator, status report.
Oh, okay, I don't have to voice act this part now. We can just listen to them.
Yes, Captain. We were cruising at warp 15 on course 231, Mark 330, when the gravitic warp field collapsed and the computer detected an anomaly, forcing us to return to conventional space.
Oof.
Computer, what caused the ship's warp field to collapse?
There is not enough data to determine the cause.
All right. Even if you can't determine the cause, how about a theory?
Prior to the collapse, sensors detected a space-time disturbance. Our database does not contain any record of such a disturbance, but there is a 77% probability it was the cause of the collapse.
Space-time disturbance? Come to think of it, Vendini military technology is based on space-time manipulation.
Oh. That is not good.
That is not an established fact, but the Federation Institute of Technology has theorized this is the case.
So it was likely a Vendini attack that stopped us then.
Oh boy.
Screen on!
Oh. Captain, you twigged together all of that way too late.
Divert all power to shields! Evasion
Course enter!
Oh, sorry. My bad. Of course I have it heavy very quickly, so sometimes I mash when I'm not paying attention. Basically...
So that's a Vendini battleship. A rescue frigate's shields are no match for the likes of that.
That's an understatement.
This is your captain speaking. Our ship is currently under attack by a Vendini battleship. Our gravitic warp engine has already been disabled, which means escape is not an option. All power has been diverted to our shields to buy us some time. But I wanted you all to know our chances are slim. I had hoped to transport you all the way to remote station 6. It seems that is now beyond my power.
Alright. Oh. Well, this lovely scene is going on. Chat, how are y'all doing? How's your Friday going so far? Everything copacetic?
All evacuees are requested to proceed to the ship's escape pods. Please remain calm and follow the instructions of the attendant nearest you as you board your pod. Good luck to you all.
Direct hit?
Yeah. If you look carefully, you can now see the
Shields
signature
down
on
to
the back of our shirt.
47% power! Let's get out of here! Right behind you!
Oh, we're doomed!
To the pods, everyone, hurry. We're located one level up in the hangar bay. Don't panic.
Little late to not panic. Just gonna put that out there.
We gotta go, Sophia.
Okay.
Y'all still standing around here. I talked to them, but we need to get to those ships. Pods, rather. Starboard. Bridge corridor. Wow, they actually let me in here. Serious? sorry to ask this, but can you do me a favor? I have this picture of a girl on the planet X-Belt here. Can you please give her this letter? Wait, never mind. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have stopped you like that. There's not enough time left. You better run to the escape hatch. Go on, we have to survive this. Thank you. I hope you don't mind me asking this, what's your blood type? In real life, is this? I'm B myself. My fortune this morning said that today I was going to have the worst luck ever. Of course, it also said the type of guys that have the best day of their life today. Man, I really envy you. You do realize what is actually happening right now, right? Like, I don't think I can talk to the captain. What? And you are? Get to the escape house immediately, civilians. Is the situation really that bad? Take a look for yourself. Transport ship, the Helera, is currently under 5 Beam battleship. Yes, this is well established. I've received a report the attacker just received serious damage to the ship's gravitic warp core that is now malfunctioning. This ship will probably explode in a few minutes once it can no longer contain the massive amounts of energy generated by this gravitic warp engine. Do you understand what I just told you? So hurry up and evacuate. Hurry up? Huh? Why isn't everyone evacuating? The ship usually carries more than enough space escape pods for all passengers. Unfortunately, we are currently carrying passengers well in excess of the ship's maximum occupancy. What? That means it was an emergency situation. This is nobody's fault. So hurry, we can still survive this. Yeah, Captain, everyone. Yeah. Damn, that's heavy. Okay, let me see if I can figure out where the actual... Oh, there it is. I mean, I don't want to die just yet, but that doesn't mean I want to survive at all costs either. You know what I mean? I have to die now. It's like this. What? Excuse me? You can have that, dude. I guess it goes without saying, but it sure is crowded here. I wonder if there's anyone here who's going to make me begin toy. Hold on a second. I cannot believe this. I thought we were rescued and now this happens? Yeah. Attention please, and everyone move this way through the escape hatch. I am trying to. Do not panic. There are enough escape pods for everyone. Pilots will be given to the elderly and the women and children. No. I don't need an escape pod. Just let me do. I just want to take my board and go out for those straight. I'm serious. Dude! Who are you fooling? Nobody. Just a little bit longer. If you just wait a little bit longer, everyone will get into the board and escape pod. Panic. Right. Okay. Not over yet, I swear. On the house of the glorious house. On the honor of the glorious house of the I swear vengeance. Okay, dude. I can't believe it. Why are letting mothers and children go ahead of me? Okay. Am I missing something here? I feel like I'm missing something. It's the bridge corridor. There's no point in going back in there. The captain can't do anything about this. How do you get past this part? There's nobody on the lower levels anymore. There's nothing on this side. Okay, already. Oh, well, what do you know? There's not much time left. Hurry! You two in the circus group down below will be the last aboard. Yeah, I don't know why they were down there. Still, but... Please do not worry. Once you go down one of the ladders you can find located in this room, the computer will automatically control. Sweet. Let's grab this one then.
Good. The pod's still here. Get in, quick! We're running out of time.
Wait, I'm scared.
Don't worry.
But...
The Federation ship will recover our pods in no time. I'll see you at Remote Station 6. Now get going.
Okay, you'll follow, right? Promise?
Promise.
what they say. Man plans, God laughs, or something, right? She's in, dude. Find a pod and let's go. Come on.
This way, hurry! There's still a pod here.
Right. Better hurry.
Wait, so for those of you that don't know, which is
Activation complete.
Fate is a college student. I believe he's studying engineering, if I remember correctly. So, but he's also really, really good at computer games and enjoys playing them a lot. Oh. Oof. Wait, why are we going forward? What? Huh. Don't know where that other ship came from, but we take those.
Distress signal operational.
Okay.
Searching for life-supporting planets. Planet found.
Where?
Vanguard 3. Located approximately 0.5 light-years from present location. Axial tilt of 35 degrees results in extreme seasonal weather. Existence of humanoid life forms confirmed. The Federation has classified Vanguard 3 as an underdeveloped planet. Civilization level approximately equivalent to 16th century Earth. Would you like to review the Underdeveloped Planet Preservation Pact?
Right, so if the reason why I'm hesitating on this one, in case you're wondering, and probably the other question in retrospect, a lot of choices in this game have this thing where they gain or lose you affection points with certain party members, even ones that you haven't met yet. I used to have a strategy guide a long time ago that would tell you all the point gains. I have no idea how they managed that, but they figured it out one way or the other. I'm gonna say let's check it out just for the purpose of the stream.
The Underdeveloped Planet Preservation Pact was established in order to protect planets with developing civilizations. Contact with civilizations that have not reached a certain level of development is strictly prohibited by Federation law. This is due to the fact that contact with advanced civilizations has a high probability of greatly influencing the course of history on a less developed planet. All individuals and organizations belonging to the Pan-Galactic Federation are required to adhere to the tenets of this pact, unless faced with a clear danger to life and limb.
Right, so chat says it's the Prime Directive. Basically, yeah. Fun fact is that Star Ocean 4, which is a game that I have very strong feelings about, some of which are probably a little bit unfounded, given that I probably misremember most of it and probably wasn't playing it right. Star Ocean 4 actually shows you the events that basically gave the Federation a reason to come up with the UP3, as it's called.
This pact is one of the most important components of Pan-Galactic Federation law. It also serves as a guideline for civilian conduct in emergency situations. Violators will be tried by the Pan-Galactic Council.
How long till we get there?
At our present speed of Warp 6, arrival is estimated in 144 hours.
Are there any foreseeable problems in getting to Vanguard 3? How's our energy reserves?
No foreseeable problems. An adequate supply of energy and food is on board.
That's good.
Okay, I guess I'll get some sleep. Notify me if anything happens.
Because I'm curious, but also because my math is horrible. 6 days.
Affirmative. Entering Vanguard 3's gravitational field.
That was the fastest
Prepare
6
for
days of my
entering
life.
turbulence.
Try to increase the volume just a little bit because y'all need to hear
Here we go.
Motoi Sakuraba's wonderful music.
So this is Vanguard 3. Since they haven't contacted me yet, I suppose it'll be a few days before they come rescue me. I better keep an eye out for danger. After all, this is an underdeveloped planet. My quad scanner's picking something up. Moving at 40 clicks. Might be an animal. I hope it's not dangerous. I should use my replicator to make myself a weapon, just in case. A sword would be a good match for this planet's level of development. I don't want to get arrested for violating the UP3. Luckily, I've gotten used to this kind of weapon in the battle simulators.
Yep.
Not that I feel very lucky right now. I sure hope I don't end up having to use this thing. Yeah, that feels about right. The sun will be setting soon. I better find someplace safer to stay by nightfall. If there is any safe place on this planet. Huh? There's something there. I'll try expanding the range a bit. It's picking up humanoids. Based on this reading, I'd guess it's a village. If I start out now, I might be able to make it by nightfall. I'll go. I know it's a UP3 infringement, but this is an emergency. They'll probably cut me some slack if I keep a low profile.
Save real quick. Right, so my least favorite. So now one of my other least favorite parts. Okay, I turned the sound up a little too high. I can't hear myself talk. So now one of my least favorite parts. Well, so Sada Forest. Now something that's going to be happening that is unique specifically to field dungeons is, as you can see, there's a little percentage mark down there next to our the name of the forest. This is the percentage of the map that we have completed. This game is very exacting about all the corners and stuff that you need in order to get it, but you do get special rewards for actually getting 100% map clearance on a given map. So if you see me kind of hugging the edges of like trees and stuff in like every area I'm in, and running around a lot and doing stuff in the same spots, it's because I'm also trying to get at completion. It's kind of annoying, but the rewards for this stuff, the rewards that you get are pretty good. They can be sold for money and all that other stuff. Hang on a second. Now,
Real
our first fight. Okay. That's okay. That was good. Yeah. Fudge. Got it.
I think I remember this vaguely. There can be like 0.1% of the map missing, and you have to really deal with the scour the map at times.
Yeah. Kinda sucks. Yeah, it is kind of aggravating, but the bunnies are a really good reward. I think they sell relatively decent for the part of the game you get most of them in. So it's kind of a pain, but also the payoff is worth it, especially in the kinds of situations you may find yourself in where you need a whole bunch of money and other such things. So, grab all the edges, I think. Yep, see, like little things like that, like, oh, I forgot to go into the corner where my spaceship was resting. That's like another 0.5% of the map.
Real fight! Want some? Want some? That was fun.
Was it really? The actual answer to that question is no. No, it wasn't.
Real fight! Want some?
Got him.
All right!
Finish damage, finish battle under 10 seconds. Yay. We already got like almost 50% of the map. Voice volume is a bit lower than the game volume. Okay, let's see. Gotta adjust a couple things real quick. Hold on. Mixer. This up a little bit. Down. This one down a little bit more. Okay. Alright, mic check, mic check, mic check. Okay, so let's... Oopsie, my bad. Alright. Yep. There we go. So... even these little like corners out in the side are like super important, or even like this one over here, gotta dig all the way in there. I think the game has a little bit of grace and that it will give you a little bit of leeway if you are missing like a little bit of a percentage point, but not that much. Sorry, that was my phone. Should put that on silent. Look. Got.
Want some? Want some?
That was fun.
There we go. How much to level? How much to my next level? Cause 6. I am not killing 6 slimes for level 2. That is not happening. Edges. Spin around. Come over here. Do this. Oh, don't want to go there yet. That looks like plot, and that's important. But map completion, though. I don't think there's... aha, there is. Yeah, see? That's a whole, like, 2 or 3% of the map there. Okay, I do actually have to go over there to go see what's going on. Also to get map completion, so... Huh? Who the heck are you? You're not from around here. Anyway, this is a dead end. Leave right now, I'll let you off easy just this one time. Hey, didn't I just tell you this is a dead end? If you ain't got somewhere to go, go east to Whipple. I'd like to go past. Can you let me through, please? What kind of fool are you? What, you expect me to nod my head, say yes sir, and let you through? Regarding this road to make sure nobody gets through. So no, you can't go past this. If you still insist, I don't mind teaching rainbows to see the world. Inhabitants of an undeveloped planet with no martial arts training at all. I think I can probably take them, but there are too many to pull any punches. Alright, I'll follow your advice. Yeah, see, we understand each other. Alright, Scram, I don't want to see you back here again either. You may kindly... Get lucky, I'm trying to keep the stream relatively clean. Grumble, grumble. Dude, we didn't even go that far.
Made it. Finally.
Then again, I did go running around in circles a bunch.
That was farther than I thought. It looked so close. On the scanner.
Hey! What's wrong, mister? You got a bellyache?
If only.
Oh no! Nicholas! Nicholas!
Guys!
No, 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 no. Oh, jeez. Right, so fun facts. Steve Staley, who is the voice of Fate Line God,
What? It's just a dream.
Steve Staley, the voice of Fate Line God, is also the dub voice of Neji Hyuga from Naruto. So I'm a ninja that's also a college student or something.
Wait. I'm on a backwater planet. Did someone rescue me? Who are you?
I'll leave some water here, okay? Nicholas!
asleep.
I think I'm fine, thanks. You the one who rescued me?
No, I just carried you here. My sister, Nina, she insisted.
I see. So you were the one who rescued me. Thank you, Mina. I guess I should
Aww.
introduce myself. My name's Fate. Fate Line Doctor.
Also, for the record, I did this last stream, so you won't know. So most people won't know the difference. But Fate's name in the English version is actually spelled F-A-Y-T, and I was just like, "We're not doing this." I just changed the name to what it is in Japanese, which is just plain old Fate.
I'm
Like,
Nicholas. Her name is
oh
Nina.
boy.
Fate. You said fate, right? Clothes. And your ears. Are you one of Norton's men?
Is that a person's name?
Yes, Norton is a person's name, Fate.
Yes.
I don't really understand the situation here.
You don't know Norton?
No. Actually, I've never heard of him. Who is he?
If you do not know who he is, then please, never mind. I apologize for the odd question. You still need to recover your strength. Feel free to rest here a while. We cannot do much, but we do have food.
I'm fine. No, really.
No! You should stay in bed.
Please, rest. Don't worry. It is our way to help each other in times of trouble.
Sorry. Thanks.
It is no problem. Mina, let him get his rest.
Okay.
He looks so young. He seems so mature for his age. Just like Sophia.
Tell me, where are you from? Why are your ears so loud? Who's Sophia? Huh? Tell me. Tell me.
Yeah, so definitely for sure, one thing I like about this game, I know I alluded to it briefly before,
It's already afternoon.
but the music is wonderful. Motoi Sakuraba is really very good at kind of doing that. A lot of people complain that a lot of his music sounds samey past a certain point,
Ouch. It hurts a little if I can move.
but for me personally, he just has a very distinct style. Lots of organs and very similar recurring riffs in a lot of his music, but it's all really good.
This place. Tell him how long I'll be stuck here. Wait, where's my sword?
Where is...
Nicholas must have it. Must have made him nervous. Right, it's not like I need it right now anyway. I'll let him hang on to it.
Fate, you must take it easy while you're regaining your strength. Yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, you're also blocking my way out, ma'am. I need you to kinda... Oh, or I was just trying to walk into the wrong kind of wall, because I'm good at that. It's Nicholas. How are you feeling? I imagine you're not better. You're not all better quite yet. Nah, not quite, but getting there. Okay. I have 105 full, and I've been in 8 battles. What strange clothes you are wearing? Now I think of it, that other man was just strangely too... What other man? What? Are you that stranger Nicholas found? What a fool that Nicholas is. After all he just went through, he had to go get mixed up with you. Okay, it's one of these kinds of towns. Cool. Cool. This blue marker here on the map means a shop. So I'm gonna go in here real quick and see what they got. Let's see. you're well enough to walk, won't you hurry up and leave our village? Strangers bring us nothing but trouble. Or maybe the blue spot was an inn, actually. Either way, that lady is not very happy to see the doctor. Not very happy to see me. But, so I'm gonna go over here, I guess, and see what's in here. This is the shop. Yeah, here we go. General store menu. Here's the good stuff. Welcome. Is there something you're looking for? Bye. Okay. So, for mellow juice. Yeah, there's also a selling mechanic ring mail, which I can't afford because that's a lot. I think I have one set of blueberries. I'm gonna buy one more, and that's it. Because I'm broke. I laugh, but it hurts. Alright, let's see. Okay, one second. Let me actually turn this camera the way that I like it. This is Whipple, a nearest stranger. Strangers aren't welcome here in this village. Take my advice. You'd best leave at once. Well, I can't, because Nicholas has my sword, and if I go outside of the village without my sword, a slime is literally gonna, like, splat me. Oh, welcome home. Huh? Oh, I thought it was someone else. Oops. Sorry. I didn't mean to barge in. I mean, no, don't worry about it. I'm not supposed to be here either. Then why are you here?
Yes, Fate is about as confused as I am.
Huh? You see, this is not really my house. Yeah, I gathered that. I'm really just an uninvited guest. Yeah, I gathered that. Uninvited? Well then, whose house is this? No one lives here now, but there was someone living here until recently. But look, the place would get all dirty unless someone took care of it. So I thought I'd at least come and keep it clean. That's fair. Now if you led with that, the conversation would have been so awkward. That way, I thought it would make things easier for him when he returns. You're that traveler, right? The one that's staying with Nicholas and Mina? Our village has been through a lot, and more than a few people are saying rather ill things about you. Still, it's not everybody, and they don't bear any malice towards you. You really are quite a gentlefolk. Please, I hope you at least try to understand that much. Yeah, I'm kind of just nosing around here, and I get that. They're right to kind of just be like, who in face are you? Be gone. But I can't help that, you know. Alright, this is the doctor's house. Doctor doesn't want to talk to me. Doctor's like, go suck a lemon or something, I guess. So me just leave her be. Village chief's house. Oh, save point. I always save in this game because well, we don't have to worry about the bonus meter yet, but I always save in this game. Saving doesn't even save the bonus meter either, but neither here nor there. Recently, a sinister stranger was settled to the west of our village. Our lord refused to send soldiers to such remote village as ours. Perhaps the stranger knows this. We've constantly been at his mercy. That is why the people here are so wary of strangers. I am sorry they are treating you so brusquely, but you must understand our situation. No, I get it. And something tells me that whoever... my intuition is pricking me a little bit. What strange clothes you're wearing? And I think of the other man is just stranger too. I still don't know what other man that young woman means. But... I don't know. I'm at home. That son of mine, he does such foolish things. I wonder where I went wrong raising him. Grr. Who are you? Ah, you're that young man Nicholas and Mina found collapsed in the forest. Well, what is it? Something you want from me? Alright, I should probably stop just randomly dashing inside of people's houses now. But I forgot where Nicholas and Mina live, so, here we go.
What's that?
It's my treasure box. Daddy gave it to me on my birthday.
music box was passed down through our mother's family. It is the only thing we have left from our parents. But alas, it is broken now and does not make a sound.
I see. Can I have a look?
Sure.
The gearbox is broken, but I bet I could fix this if I can get back to my pod. I don't think the UP3 prohibits repairing existing devices. Yeah, this shouldn't be too hard. Want me to fix this for you? It'll be my way of paying you back for rescuing me.
Can you really do that? It is an expensive music box. They told us it would cost a great deal to fix it.
True. With this planet's level of civilization, the parts for this wouldn't come cheap. If I can get my hands on the right parts, yes. And I think I know where to get them. It's a little ways away, but I'll go get them later.
But we cannot ask you to do something like that for us.
You saved my life. It's the least I can do to repay you.
It's a nice guy.
Still,
And I'm sure that Mina wants it fixed, right?
thank you. Good sir.
In return, do you think I can get my sword back? I won't be able to go through the forest without it.
You swear you are not with Norton and his gang?
That I'm not. What? You don't believe me?
No, I trust you.
Thanks.
But be wary. If you are not one of Norton's gang, you will be in even more danger outside the village.
Ooh,
I know.
that's foreboding.
Fine.
Alright, thank you. Got my sword. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Back to the pod. Whoa. Got my sword. Whoa. Let's see, even this little... Can you believe it? Even that little, like, chunk right there was still not filled in. Are these jerks still hanging? Yeah, they are. Okay. Fine. Whatever.
Real fight! Want some?
That was a finished
Want
one.
some?
So for context, when your Fury meter is full, if the enemy is not attempting to hit you with a strong attack, you block, drain a little bit of theirs, and their guard is down, and basically beat them up. That becomes much more interesting and relevant a little later, but for right now it's just one of those little things to keep in mind. 93%. I just can't get the rest because of that. Those jerks blocking me.
An
What?
attack from behind?
Oops.
Ah,
Nah. Ah.
that was fun.
The combat does get more interesting than that. It's just that I literally don't have any like battle skills to use until I hit level 2, and that is 4 experience points away. Which means either I beat up a bunch of those slimes, which I'm not doing because that will make the stream boring, or I
Real fight.
What do you think?
Want some?
That hurts!
That was fun.
yeah, 1 XP, 1 XP, 2 XP, 1 XP. I'm pretty sure I don't have a skill, right? Yeah, I don't have any skills yet. Yeah, I gotta level up first. Okay, 92.88. Yeah, like see, there are little bits of map that I'm filling in just by hugging the edges, and I'm like, yeah. Oh yeah, true. More games need some random rich a-hole as an enemy. Yes. given current sentiments, yeah, can't be mad.
What?
What? What? I don't... It looks the same. Or does it? Oh, no. Oh. Oops. That is not the same at all.
What happened? The pod's parts and equipment have been stripped. There's no way the inhabitants of this planet know what this stuff is. It makes sense if they just smashed it up.
It would have. Indeed.
No use wasting any more time here. I better get back to the village.
So I came all the way out here, to go all the way back, to go all the way... Ah, my gosh. Well, then again, to be honest, I did say during the last stream that this has about as slow a start as the Persona 4 games, which is Persona 3 and Persona 4 more specifically, which is kind of right, but also not really. I don't think you got into your first battle in those games until at least after a good 6 to 8 hours of gameplay. Here, we only needed like 2, if that. Well, lie, closer to like 4, 3. 94. Yeah, like I'm just randomly kind of going along the edge here and still getting little bits of the map that I didn't finish the first time apparently. 94.68. Where are these? Where are the extra 78? For real? Where are these extra 0.1s coming from? I don't. This is wild. I mean, you take those. But this is what?
An attack from behind?
Nah. Not your turn.
Want some?
Nah.
That was fun.
10 killing blows. Ooh. Right, so these battle trophies that I keep getting, for context, basically, they're achievements. Really, that's all it kind of comes down to. But yeah, they're achievements. It's basically it. But there are some really silly ones, like beat the hardest boss in the game with all characters at level 1, using only the default weapon for each character. It's really silly, and I'm really only gonna get the ones that are not going to like make the stream stop in this spot. Can they be used for anything, or are they purely for vanity? Oh right. So what they unlock, as you get certain percentages of battle trophies, I think they unlock like alternate outfits for the characters to use or something, if I remember correctly. There's probably other stuff too, but my brain is like skipping out on that. I'm pretty sure alternate costumes is one, but I'm not sure about the other ones. And it wasn't only them, many others have disappeared. It's sickening. When strangers like you show up, nothing good comes to the village. It's not my fault. Winter's almost here. The village will starve to death as it stands. Probably because these strangers that they keep getting angry about are causing trouble. I would assume that's what's going on anyway. Right. Time to let down Mina.
Hello there.
What a relief! You are well! Norton's gang was lurking around the forest in the direction you left in. We were worried.
Okay, I see.
Nicholas, could you please tell me more about Norton and his gang? Who are they?
I do not know everything myself. Norton appeared suddenly in our village about half a year past. He ordered the village to supply him with food. Of course, we refused at first. The village needs its supplies to survive the harsh winter. Norton was in fact ordering the village to die, but when people refused him, he called upon this mysterious light. and those it touched disappeared, one after the other. Carl, Siren, Kurt, all gone. And our father, who resisted until the very end. Of course, we told our Lord, but he said the idea of people disappearing into thin air was nonsense and didn't want to hear about it.
Norton's gang lurking around over there. Norton's gang having weird ears like us. Well, weird by their standards. Right. Off-worlder.
Now
Great.
some of the villagers have even joined Norton's gang.
I'm calling it now.
The mysterious light that makes people disappear. Nicholas, when you first met me, you asked me about my clothes and ears, right?
Ah, yes. Norton wore clothes made out of a strange material that was neither linen nor cotton, just like the clothes you wear. And his ears were shaped like yours. That is why I did not trust you at first. I apologize.
Don't worry about it. Can it be? That would explain the light, the clothes and the ears, and it would explain why someone would steal pod parts that nobody on this planet should recognize.
Is something the matter?
It's nothing. I was just thinking. Thinking isn't going to help anything. He may be dangerous, but I'd better go meet this little guy. I might even find a way off this planet.
Oh, fate. Oh no.
I'm really sorry, but it's going to take me a little more time to fix your music box. Can you wait just a little longer?
Okay.
That thing Norton's gang carried out, did it belong to you?
No. I thought it might be, but it wasn't. Don't worry. I'll fix your music box.
Nicholas, I'm hungry. Let's eat.
Ah, yes. Very well. Let us eat.
Nicholas is a good kid. I like him. It's just him and his sister. I don't know what happened to his mother, but I'm also going to assume shenanigans, like the not good kind. But it's so sad when later in the game that little, oh my gosh, no. Chat, no. Entropy rat, why? Why? I didn't need that today. That hurt. My heart. So where's Nicholas? Mina's like, I don't know. Has he gone somewhere? When I woke up, he was already gone. I hope he hasn't disappeared too, just like Mama and Papa. Nicholas would never leave you like that, Mina. It'll be alright. I'll go find him for you. Oh no. Did this boy child really go run off and... Oh, Lord, give me strength to face another day. Carry on my soul. Carry on my soul. Give me strength though, Ja. He really went and did it, didn't he? Oh yeah, he did. Nicholas. Hang on a second. Where's... Didn't I get pretty much everything? Alright, I better go get this kid. I'm trying to find a save point because we're coming up close on the end of stream time. Okay. Just listen to this for a second. Isn't this music so good? Oops, didn't want to go over there. I did, however, want this. Blackberries, yeah! 2. Okay, yeah, the only thing that's going to be kind of a pain is that there are multiple subsections to this area, if I remember correctly, and now I have to kind of sneak through all of them to get stuff. Oh, hey!
Real fight.
So, yeah. Ah! Got away.
That was easy.
1 XP,
I
7
think I'm
full.
getting the hang of this.
There we go. Got our thing. Blade of Fury, skills learned. 4 battle capacity points, 2 skills points. Alright, and that means I get to show off the other part of this now. Okay, so basically, now that we have this skill set up, so this is the way this works. Tactical skills we don't have yet, but basically, with battle skills, what happens is that you have each skill that you learn has a certain amount of capacity points to equip. I'm gonna just put this on this one. So now if I hold the X button at short range, I use Blade of Fury. Similarly, the status points I can sort of put into HP, MP, attack, defense, and kind of buff them accordingly. I'm gonna have to sit on those for a while because not getting much out of that.
Real fight.
Alright.
Want some?
Oh, whoops. I went past that by accident. But,
That was easy.
ah, dang it. Wrong one. The bonus money will help. So, that gauge on the side over there, and that shows up when you start the fight, is the bonus gauge. Basically, it starts off with a 100% fill rate and then gradually declines as the battle goes on. Depending on the last blow you use to fill it, you get a variety of effects. I forgot which one was which and got the wrong one. I wanted double XP, but instead, I got double full. So instead, now I have to basically keep the chain running. Yeah, basically the longer I keep the chain running, the more bonuses I get.
That was easy.
I could, but I want money.
Real fight. Blade of Fury.
Nah. You really believed it, didn't you? Nah, my friend. Well, blackberries. If I remember correctly, blackberries are for MP recovery, blueberries are for HP recovery, but I might have that backwards. That happens a lot. My memory is not the greatest sometimes. Chain of 3. Right. So the thing we absolutely don't want is to die. Because if we die, then... Or if that happens... Not ideal.
That was easy.
And now I gotta build the bonus gauge all the way back up. Salty. Oh, I still have this. I still have a metal pipe. So that metal pipe is our default weapon. If I really wanted to, I could use it, but I'm not doing that. That's silly. Usable items, blueberries. Okay, that's actually not ideal, but being broke is just too real. There's another treasure chest over here, I think. I can't tell. Time to... Yeah, there are 2 actually. Blueberries. Aquaberries. Cool. I hate you too. Wow, rich people are jerks. Anyway.
Real fight.
What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? My money!
That was fun.
Yeah. The nobleman enemies in this game are hilarious. Just putting that out there. Yes. Yeah, the voice acting in this game is relatively okay for the era, but it's like yeah, some of these dudes are real cheap, they're real cornballs. It's great. Come on.
Once off, blade of fury.
Get dunked on. Ouch.
Once off, blade of fury.
Alright. Fury. I don't wanna die, I don't wanna die, I don't wanna die. Berries.
Blade of fury. All right.
2 XP and 8 full. Yeah, I really want to double XP on the bonus gauge before I let it get broken. Like, but,
Who are you, kid? What do you want? This is Lord Norton's turf, so beat it or else.
I don't want to fight you guys. I just want to know if you've seen a little boy around here.
A little boy?
I really don't want to get in a fight with these dudes.
Oh, you mean Nicholas? Yeah, he came around here blabbering about getting something back and wanting to see Lord Norton.
Then what did he do?
Being the kind-hearted fellas we are, we gave the stupid kid what he wanted. I bet Lord Norton's re-educating the undisciplined little brat right now.
What?
It's the kid's own fault. Nothing good can come from messing with Lord Norton.
You really must want me to beat you to a
Don't
pulp.
worry, he'll learn it's better to join us than fight us. It's a shame. The apple don't fall far from the tree. Idiocy must run in the family.
You're really asking for it.
Rotten little.
Whoa there! Didn't I just say you can't pass through here? Wanna see that brat? You gotta beat us first.
You punks. What gives you the right?
Looks like we got another village idiot in need of some education.
You're all about to get bodied.
Haha, a real fight.
I say as I come into the battle with 97 HP. I am... never mind. I am talking way too much game right now. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, no? Oh god. Okay, I can do this. It's all fine. I just gotta... Whoop.
Blade of fury.
Oh, whew, okay.
Blade of fury.
Now,
That was easy.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
1 battle capacity point, 3 skills points. Still not enough to level anything. Dang! Yeah,
So Nicholas is locked up somewhere in here. I better hurry up and find him.
I'm not going in there, bud. Not yet. Not by a long shot. That's called How Sean Gets Stomped 101. However, I think... So... Yes. this thing, this beat up textbook, is actually super useful. So, when you stand still and you take a light attack from an enemy, if your fury is at 100%, you use an anti-attack aura. These textbooks let you learn different types of anti-attack aura. So, I can't use this one, because now that I have it, my aura should be set up. So now, if I stand still, when somebody attacks me with a light attack, they get stunned, and then I get to beat them up. Science. Yeah, I kind of wanted to go into that building, but I also sort of don't. Ambush, and I have 125. Okay, that is not good. See? Like so.
Blade of Fury!
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I was expecting you to attack so I could actually beat you up, but whatever. We take those, I guess. I really don't want to go in there. I'm gonna go back to town because I have not very much health, and I really don't want to get into any more fights. And yeah, I really don't want to get into any more fights. I got way more beaten up than I'd like. I don't want to get into any more fights, and oh my, yeah, we're almost, stream's up and almost over, and we're almost out of time for this stream. So I'm just gonna run back to town, get some healing. I think I have enough money to actually go and buy that ring mail. As long as I don't want this smoke. Yeah. Let's just kind of dip out. Oh my god. I don't actually remember how to get out of here. Crap. Okay. Yeah, this place is huge. I don't remember how to get out of here. Okay. Swerve. Sugar. Okay. Where's the other 4%? I might just grind out the rest of this map off stream, just because. Yeah, let me go buy that ring mail because, listen, I was taking some real damage and that scared me. I'm 4 full short, are you kidding me? You see, if I was wild, I would sell the beat up textbook. But I'm not gonna do that because the stun AA is really good right now, and I'm not giving that up. Okay. Doctor's office over here. Nicholas, no, you haven't been. No, hold on there. What are you doing, that boy? Feel never learned. How could you get so banged up? What are you up to anyway? Stuff. There, that's that. Gives a little bit, doesn't it? Yes, it does. I still don't have the money for that thing I wanted, but it is what it is. Village Chief's house. Okay. Alright. So, we're at 2.5 hours of playtime, all things considered. Alright, so it's coming up on 2 o'clock. Stream is coming to an end. So, thank you to everybody that's come by to watch the stream. I deeply appreciate it. Next week, probably more looks at some stuff with MPA, though depending on how progress goes this upcoming week, with me working at home and all that, we may just wind up doing a Star Ocean stream instead. Kind of depends. Now that I think I'm beginning to get the hang of streams and how they work, I think that I am probably going to wind up seeing if I can extend the stream hours. I may not be able to. Thinking about it. We'll kind of see how it goes. But, till next time, I'm Sean. Thank you all for coming by. Greatly appreciate it. And I will see you all next week. Thank you for coming to my stream.